Marla, the Crazy Cross Stitch Lady. Welcome to my craft room. I am going to do a tutorial today. I am doing this 5-part series on simple specialty stitches. And these are just some little stitches that you can put into your toolbox to use for whatever you want to use them for. If you are here strictly for the tutorial and you don't want to see some of this upfront stuff that I'm getting ready to do here in a minute, then please feel free to go to the description box. I have timestamps there and you can go straight to the tutorial and get to what you're wanting to see. However, if you want to hang around, I'm going to talk about just a couple of things that carried over from my last video, and also something that may be coming up. So if you would like to hear that, just hang out with me for a minute and then I'll jump into the tutorial. But like I said, if you're not interested in that and you want to head on into the tutorial, then click that timestamp and it'll take you straight to it. All right. So first of all, again, I want to thank my subscribers for coming back in and visiting with me in the craft room each time. I love this community. Everyone is so gracious and kind, and we extend grace to each other, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I appreciate your being here. And I also appreciate the new subscribers that I've been getting. It seems like they just keep coming in, which is awesome. This is it's turning into a very, very large community. We've got, I think, literally thousands of FlossTube channels out there. And I don't think that's an exaggeration because I keep seeing new ones coming up all the time, which is awesome. But anyway, what I want to tell you are two things. The first thing is, in my last FlossTube, I did or talked about a giveaway. And so the giveaway was this project bag. This is from Fat Quarter Shop, and it has this grid on it where you can, it's kind of this vinyl plasticky material, and so you can stitch on that. So it's all about spring. And then there were 3 patterns that I was giving away. This one is from Stacy Nash Designs, called Spring Chickens Pin Keep. So there was that one. And then this one is from Twin Peak Primitives, called Sweet Summer. And then we have a third one, Quilty Love by Lori Holt of Being My Bonnet. So these are all brand new. These are not patterns that I've used, I'm handing on, which is not a bad thing, but I just want to let you know that all 4 of these items are brand new. And so I asked you to mention something about spring, something that you enjoyed about spring in the comments. And so we have a winner for our drawing. And so I just wanted to let you know that the winner for this drawing is Stitching by the River. So Stitching by the River, and I don't know what your actual name is, but if you will please email me and let me know what your mailing address is so I can get this in the mail to you, I would appreciate that. So my email will be in the description box below, but it is also crazystitchlady@outlook.com. Okay, so crazystitchlady@outlook.com. And for anyone who wants to contact me for whatever reason, that's my email. I always include that in the description box. But congratulations to Stitching by the River, and I hope that you thoroughly enjoy these patterns. So I'll be doing a giveaway. Well, let me rock the phone here a little bit. I'll be doing more giveaways as we go on. I want to increase those a little bit, and they might be a little smaller. Some will be a little bigger, but I'd like to do more frequent ones in the future. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so the second thing that I wanted to tell you before we get into the tutorial is that next weekend, we're having our Stitch Day in Litchfield, and Jennifer, who is my friend, she's one of my stitchy friends, and we've known each other for a while. She has her own FlossTube called Stitching in the Bluegrass, and we have paired up together before twice. Once we paired up and it was put on my channel, and then there's another video with us and it is on her channel. Well, she asked if I wanted to do another pair up again, and I said, absolutely. So if everything goes as planned, then she and I will be doing a FlossTube and putting that out. So I will let you know, because I can't remember. I think it's my turn. So I think it's supposed to go on my channel, but I'm not really sure. So she and I will talk about it. And if it does go on her channel, I will definitely put something into the community tab and let you guys know that to jump over to her channel if you want to watch that video. We always have a lot of fun together anyway, whether we're recording a FlossTube or not. So anyway, enough of all this jabber jabber. I've already gone like a little over 5 minutes. So anyway, I'm gonna jump into the tutorial, and I hope that you enjoy it and add another little tool to your toolbox. All right, here we go. All right, so here we go with what this is my third installment, third specialty stitch. If you want to know about the other 2 specialty stitches, then you can go back to my videos. It'll say Simple Specialty Stitches Series, and then it'll say number 1, number 2. So this is number 3. The stitch that we're going to do today is called the 4-sided stitch. It is a very easy stitch to do because these are simple specialty stitches, but it has a really cool effect to it. And you can use these stitches for borders and just any kind of decorative element that you might want to put in. Plus, this one actually has, if you stitch it the right way, it has a really interesting effect on the back of your work. Now, you all know, if you've been with me anytime, you know that I'm not too concerned about the back, except just keeping it neat so that it's easier to do a finish with. But this actually, I just do want to show you the back when we finish, because it does have an interesting effect to it. So I'm going to do my loop start, and I'm going to start over here. Okay, so my loop start, I'm starting from the top. So I'm just going to pull it through, and we're going to start with the first side of this 4-sided stitch, which is a square. And I'm going to skip over 2 threads. So my needle is going to come up right here. And then I'm going to pull through. And then I'm going to find my loop here. Just put my needle, I'm putting my needle through the loop. And I'm going to pull it. And now I'm going to put my needle back down through here. And then I'm going to pop that loop through. It's a little bit more difficult going over 2 with the Aida. If you have even weaver linen, it's not as hard. But typically what you do when you start this stitch, you're going to come up here and then end your stitch down this way. That makes the first side. Then we're going to go and we're going to make the bottom of the square. So we're going to come here because we're going over 2 threads for this. Even though it's Aida, we're going over 2. And then we're going to come back into this hole. Okay. Now we're going to go to the top, and we're going to go in this one and come down in that one, just like that. Okay, now we've got 3 sides of our box. And now to complete the 4th side, which also starts the first side of your next one, we're going to come down through the bottom, start at the bottom, go to the top. Okay, so that makes 1 box, and that is the 4th side. And now it also becomes the first side, like I said, the first side of the next stitch. So now I'm going to come over 2. You go bottom. It's almost like you go backwards to what you think you should. Come back in this previous hole right here. Well, maybe. Gotta stick the needle down a little bit farther so I can reach it. Okay, now go to the top. Come up in this hole because we're going over 2. Come down in that hole. And now we're going to come back in this one to create the 4th side of the box, and that also becomes the first side of the next box, and then come back up in this hole. So you're going down, up, and then you're going to the bottom and going right to left, and then right to left at the top. So I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so we've already got the first side. Now we're going to come in this hole and then come down to the left, okay? And then go to the top, go to the right, and then go down in that hole, previous hole, and then come up here to form your fourth side. So you start at the bottom, come out the bottom, and then go back in up at the top. Okay, so there are 3 boxes there, and as you go, if you have really good tension, you start seeing the little holes in the corners, and some people claim it gives it a lacy, kind of a lacy look. I don't know about that, but it does create a kind of a, it's you know, a different little pattern that you can use for borders and things. You know, it's just different. But if we turn it on the back, which I think is kind of cool here, it makes a cross pattern now. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, of course, if I ended it, I would run my needle under these X's and then cut off the end. But I'll show you a bigger one, because you can make this as small or as big as you want. I don't know that I would just go over 1 thread. Those would be tiny boxes, but you can make it bigger if you're like, this is not big enough. So then you could, I'm going to skip over 2 here. So you start at your bottom hole, and then I'm going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 3. See what that looks like. Okay, so there's the left side. Now we're going to go to the bottom, and so remember, we're skipping over. We're going over 3 threads. I can speak in a minute. So that's 1, and then 2, and then there's 3. Going from the right back to the left hole there. And then you go to the top, and you're going to do the same thing. Okay. And now we're going to form the 4th side. So we're going to go back in this one down here at the bottom, go up to the top, and that also creates the first side for the next one. So let me do 1 more. Remember, we're going over 3. So there's 1, 2, 3. So that's over 3 threads. Come back to this hole, and then go to the top. So it's left side, bottom side, top side. Okay, and then the right side. And now, and you could just keep going like that. So now you have larger boxes, and you also have larger X's, okay? So just for kicks, I'll do 1 more. I'm gonna do 1. We'll just do over 1, just so you can see. So starting at, well, if I can find it, there we go. Starting at the bottom, and we're just doing 1, because normally you do 1 over with Ada. There's 1, and then go to the bottom, come back over to the left hole, and then go to the top, come back here, and then go to your right, which then becomes the left side to your second one. So there's your itty bitty box. So you can make them whatever size you want or need for your project, but that is called the 4-sided stitch. So I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial and that you have a new stitch that you can put in your toolbox, and I will see you later. Bye.